Good evening once again, and welcome to Entertainment Spectrum. I'm Erwin K Roberts, and I had a weird experience last weekend, and we're going to tell you all about it. Let me put it to you this way. Arguably, the worst movie ever made in the English language is something called Plan 9 from Outer Space. And this thing is on everybody's list of granddaddy turkeys of them all. It was made in a couple of 3 days. It was made on 3750 or less. Everything went wrong with this movie that can possibly go wrong. And we've got some footage here that ought to prove it. So let's take a look at a couple of minutes of Plan 9 from Outer Space, the movie.
Plan 9 from Outer Space was Ed's science fiction epic, made for about $37. When it comes to low-budget thrillers, Ed Wood stands alone at the foot of the heap. Let's this guy pick up a script and read.
Plan 9. Ah, yes. Plan 9 deals with the resurrection of the dead.
Ed wrote all the dialogue himself. Here's an innovative, dramatic use of the word there.
But there's something in that cemetery. And that's too close for comfort.
The saucers are up there, and the cemetery's out there. But I'll be locked up in there. Now, off to your wild blue yonders.
Check the expensive set. That's a dime store shower curtain separating the cabin from the cockpit. And this is our first glimpse of the flying hubcaps the aliens flew in on.
World.
That's nothing from this world.
Amazing. You can hardly see that string. Ah, Bela Lugosi, the star of the picture. Unfortunately, he died 2 days into filming, so Ed tried to pass off his wife's chiropractor as Bela Lugosi's double. Sure, he was a full head taller than Bela, but as long as he kept the cape over his face, Ed figured the audience would never know. That was a close one. Now here's an actor who really knows how to use a gun.
Is he dead? Yeah. He's messed up as bad as those two back there. Suppose that saucer or whatever it was had something to do with this? Your guess is as good as mine, Larry. One thing's sure. Inspector Clay's dead. Murdered. And somebody's responsible. You're in charge now, Lieutenant. Yeah, guess I am. Calvin? Yes, sir? Get back up the car and get on the radio. Tell the coroner he's got to make another trip out here.
Stop him, Tanner. He's close enough. Turn off your electrode gun. No! No! Stop him, Tanner!
I can't get it. It's jammed.
Stop him, you fool!
Drop the gun to the floor, Tanner. The metal will break contact.
That was too close. Because all you of Earth are idiots. You see? You see? Your stupid minds. Stupid. Stupid. That's all I'm taking from you. Get back here, you fool! Let him finish. It's because of men like you that all must be destroyed.
My friend, you have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove that it didn't happen?
That, if you can believe it, was Plan 9 from Outer Space. Now, we borrowed that little bit of footage from a Paramount retrospective on bad movies and Ed Wood Jr.'s bad movies in particular. The narrator was John Candy. Now, if you can believe that movie, I've got some beachfront property in Olathe I want to talk to you about real bad. And if you can believe that, would you believe that somebody went out and made a musical comedy stage play called Plan 9 from Outer Space. I didn't believe it either when somebody called me up and said, hey, come on down. So I packed my 14-year-old and we packed some camera gear and we went on down to the Fine Arts Theater the other night and saw Plan 9, the musical. Let's take a look at some of what we saw.
Meanwhile, at the graveyard, a strange love scene is taking place.
to be a reason for their visits. Now,
Would you believe? Yeah, you'd better believe. That's what greeted us at the Fine Arts Theater at 11 o'clock last Saturday night. Plan 9 from Outer Space, the musical. Now, joining me here in the studio is David Houston, the publicist, manager of the Fine Arts, and whatever else needs to be done for Plan 9 from Outer Space. And welcome to Entertainment Spectrum.
Thanks, pleasure to be here.
Now, what did you say when somebody said, we're going to do a musical version of Plan 9 from Outer Space?
Well, I'll tell you the story. I know Wade Williams, who owns the rights to the film. He had been contacted several times in the past by people who wanted to do a musical of Plan 9. He mentioned it to me for the first time several years ago, and I said, Wade, that's ridiculous. Nobody's ever going to want to make a musical of that, and I don't think you could. Well, I was wrong.
Obviously.
I came to visit in Kansas City in the fall, just this past fall, and when I got here, he said, you won't believe what we're going to go see tonight. We're going to go see Plan 9, the musical, which is playing at the Ensemble at the Boulevard Theater downtown. We went. I saw it. I became a believer. It really is a funny show. They found a way to convert the badness of the film into just nonsense that's loads of fun, with musical numbers that were added that seemed to come out of the blue.
And not really be disrespectful to the original property, which is so often the case.
It really is disrespectful.
But I mean,
you can't
lovingly.
really, yes. Well, it doesn't. Well, I don't know whether you could say lovingly or not. The film has been popular since it came out in 1959 because it's so bad, and at the same time has a plot, has characters. It's material you can follow. It makes grammatical mistakes your 6th grade teacher never warned you about. It has an awful script. The acting is bad. It was filmed in 4 days. Early on, really, in the 50s, and finally released in 59 with a chiropractor finishing out Bela Lugosi's part, because meanwhile Lugosi had died. And all of those facts are incorporated in one way or another by David Smith, who adapted the screenplay. And by adapted, he really just took whole chunks of it and put it on the stage and had his performers deliver the lines, you say lovingly, I'd say very much with tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, well, you know, they appreciate the original material.
Yeah.
The prime example of not lovingly was the Batman TV series, which was basically saying, hey, here's a load of trash, let's trash it some more.
No, it doesn't do that.
As opposed to George Hamilton's Love at First Bite or Zorro the Gay Blade, where it said, hey, this was a lot of fun, let's have some more fun with it.
Yeah.
And this is what we're trying to do here with Plan 9, as I see it, is to, yeah, it's weird, and, you know, let's have fun.
It takes the show on its own terms, it takes the movie on its own terms, and gives it back to you with music, with pacing, with very good direction, so forth and so on.
And speaking of direction, and how's that for a segue, folks? We have some tape we shot before the performance with the director of Plan 9, the musical. And remember, at this point, I had not seen this incredible insanity that was about to be released in the Fine Arts Theater. So let's roll tape and take a look at how the director views this project. Plan 9 from Outer Space, a musical version of arguably one of the 10 worst movies made in the 20th century. And with me here is David Luby, who brought this from its original place of Salt Lake City to Kansas City. I have one...
Why not? It's a lot of fun, and I think we all like to look at people who just don't quite have the talent. We love to laugh at those who try so diligently and don't quite make it. So that's why creating a bad musical on a bad movie.
Well, I can't think of any allegedly mainstream movie that could be a worse vehicle to make anything out of. Whatever possessed the writers to pick this as a property?
Well, it was a very kind of let's go to the barn and let's do a play. It was just a bunch of people saying let's have a lot of fun, and it took off. It was popular. People liked it. People loved it. We began to get a cult following back in Salt Lake. People showing up in costume, and people showing up shouting lines at the audience. This is before Rocky Horror really was catching on. so it kind of happened on its own. And it was just a big success, and it got bigger.
Well, obviously, we're not the first people to cover this bit of madness. You described for me earlier your theater company. Would you explain that to the folks at home?
Yeah, our company is Guerrilla Theater Productions, and we're new here. We just started in April, and we just put this first show up in the fall, last Halloween. And since then we've done Night of the Blue Owl, and we're going to do Shakespeare versus Shaw coming up here in the spring. We're trying to promote theater in general and bring in an audience that don't normally go to the theater and kind of introduce them to theater and bring theater back to being very fun and enlightening. And so it doesn't have such an air of stuffiness about it.
Now, why, other than the ever-present villain of television, which has been blamed for everything from the common cold to world wars, why do people not go to theaters in the first place?
Well, I think probably because of television. It's more convenient being at home, and now with video, it's much more convenient. And people don't think, they don't think as theater as being an entertainment. They think it's being educational, sophisticated. But they don't really think of it in the light of being entertainment, or this is how I can spend my entertainment money. It doesn't come to mind right away. I'm trying to change that.
That's funny. That's the line I was going to use. Where would you like to be with Guerrilla Theater, say, 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I would like to have a company that is known internationally, especially locally, and be able to do very experimental avant-garde works, and at the same time do completely fun, nonsensical works like Plan 9 from Outer Space, and create a vehicle for artists, new artists, to get their work shown, actors, directors, writers.
Now, on Plan 9, it opened a week or two ago as we tape here, and where, when, and how do we find out more information?
Okay, you can call the Fine Arts Theater for tickets, and the number is 262-0701, and it performs every Friday and Saturday night at last a late night show in Kansas City at 11 o'clock at night, and it performs every Friday and Saturday through May.
Through May.
And then who knows?
Okay, so our viewers will have more than a brief opportunity to see it, which is the problem with many plays at Country Town. When this closes, what do you have in mind for your next production here?
Well, when and if it closes, we're not setting any limitations on that. We're trying to create a very cult kind of play atmosphere with it, new Rocky Horror of the 90s. And after that, we're going to do Shakespeare versus Shaw in the spring down at a new space called the Human Observation Lab. It's located at 1012 McGee. And then we're working on, it's just in the ground stages now, about trying to do an outdoor production of Romeo and Juliet on wheels, with Montagues all on skateboards and Capulets on roller skates.
And the sound you hear is William Shakespeare spinning in his grave at a high rate of speed.
Oh,
that sounds like fun.
I think Shakespeare would love it.
And we'll be out and about with the Plan 9 from Outer Space musical. Yeah, we'll show you some excerpts, folks. I have a feeling nobody's going to believe us, but it's working, and we'll be talking to some other members of the cast and crew, so follow. And would you believe Plan 9 from Outer Space? I sure did. And joining me now is the star of Plan 9, the musical, Tom Moriarty, with me in the studio, who recently completed his Master's of Fine Arts. Now, how does a highly educated actor justify being in a piece of lunacy like Plan 9, Tom?
I met David Luby, the director, when I first moved here to Kansas City in the summer of '86. And he did A Midsummer Night's Dream, a rock and roll version, MTV version at UMKC, and I just loved it. I saw it 3 times. And subsequently we became friends, and I did several shows with him, Corpse and Noises Off, and I'm on the board of directors of Guerrilla Theater Productions, his production company. And so we've been closely involved over the past 2 years, and I read the script, I thought it was great, and I heard the music, I thought it was even better, and I said, let me get on board this.
And so now you are the big hero of Plan 9 from Outer Space, complete with chin cleft painted in. I noticed. I noticed.
Right.
Now we've got the rest of the cast on tape, folks. If you can believe this, I know I'm having trouble believing this whole show. We talked to the entire cast in the theater, and we're going to show as much of that as time permits.
Great.
On Entertainment Spectrum. So if I don't make it back, good night. Now, I've got the entire cast assembled here on the stage, sort of like a miscellaneous jigsaw puzzle. And we're going to go talk to a few of them, or as many of them as the microphone cord will permit.
We'll crawl over there.
Okay. And find out who, what, where, when, why, and, well, maybe not why. I don't think anybody knows why here. But this was a lot of fun for us, and we will see how it comes out on videotape. So, and you are?
I am Laura Loddick Smith. I am Paula Trent's understudy.
Ah, so you were filling in tonight.
Yes, I was. For a wonderful Aaron Dufresne,
Very well.
who will be back next weekend, who's great.
Okay. And how did you get talked into this?
Casting couch. Director is my fiancée.
She's real right talented.
And she's the director's fiancée.
Okay, and you are?
Greg Jackson.
And what part do you take in this?
The drums.
The drums.
The best
You're the guy that's been rattling my eardrums all night.
I've been trying my hardest, yes.
Okay. And you are?
My name is Kyle Mallory, and I play Bela Lugosi's character, the old man, and the sundry other characters.
And you even died in the middle of the play.
I die all the time on stage.
Well, I wasn't going to bring that up.
Oh, it's okay. I just want to insert that so you can...
And
I'm Patrick Waters. I play Inspector Clay comes a zombie. It's very multi.
Is this the Tor Johnson role?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I was wondering about the cap.
The chrome dome, yes. Very natural looking, isn't it?
And young lady?
Hi, I'm Shannon Christie, and I play the role of Vampire of the Dead Old Woman.
Ah. And do you enjoy being dead week after week?
Sure, I love being a beatnik zombie from outer space.
Well, that's another description of it. And this alluring creature is?
Anne Margaret!
She has my socks in there.
I'm responsible for any damage done by this hair. My name is Erica Gulick, and I play the part of Tana the alien.
And she has my socks in her dress.
I think we're telling tales out of school here.
She's looking for the big one. She's here.
Excuse me while I throw some fruit.
Oh no, excuse me.
And you are?
Sean Hyland.
And what do you do in this bit of madness?
We're dying to find out.
I'm Chuck the Cobra.
We're anxious.
The Cobra.
Yeah.
And you, sir?
I'm Eric Jordan, and guitarist, bassist for the Grave Rubber Band.
Tell us with the amplifier.
All of the amplifiers. Bastards all.
And I'm running out of cable here. And I have the leader of the aliens here and the weapon to take care of it.
I'm just a man doing his job. Well, I just came down here to ask for a little help, and these people pissed me off.
Great interview, Paul.
And you are?
I'm the lady with the shopping cart, and I play Susie Ziegler.
You are Susie Ziegler. And
Oh, wait, I am Susie Ziegler, and I play the lady with the shopping cart.
just because she's dumb doesn't mean she's blonde.
Hey.
And you with the light bass here.
Hi, my name's Richard Walker. I play the guitar, the bass, and on occasion the keyboards.
And we're stretching to the limits here. Would you care to explain yourself?
Somebody wants.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. See, I really am a man.